Xyp9x is the long A player on Dust 2 for Astralis, and today I'm going to show you some things that he does that you can implement into your own game. Starting off with this first round, he's going to be throwing this flash over the wall, which I'm going to be calling the Sun Flash, and then he throws a Molotov towards the doors. The lineup for the Sun Flash is not very specific, just go along the left side of the long pathway and aim underneath the sun and to the left a little bit, and you'll likely blind any terrorists trying to run out into long. Now, something I noticed while watching through these demos is that the way that Astralis likes to hold long is slightly different from other teams. In a lot of teams, you'll see that if the long player has the best spawn, they'll try to cross to pit immediately. However, in the 9 demos that I analyzed of Astralis playing CT side Dust 2, they really didn't try to go into pit based off their spawns. Instead, even though Xyp9x has the best spawn in a lot of these rounds, he's just going to keep throwing the Sun Flash and throwing utility towards the door to stop a rush. I'm not sure why exactly they do this, but it seems to work for them considering they've won 11 out of their last 14 Dust 2 matches. If Astralis are fighting for long control and Xyp9x has the worst spawn, he'll play back towards the wall and line up this supporting flash to throw for his teammates. However, in this round, Liquid doesn't go long, so there's no need for him to throw it. If you're playing in a pug and you don't have 2 teammates to coordinate some of these flashes with, you can flash for yourself or for a teammate by throwing the Sun Flash and then combining it with this Self Flash off of the wall here. This Self Flash will blind anyone playing long all the way up to the blue bin. So in this round, you're going to see the effectiveness of the Sun Flash. Xyp9x is going to throw the flash over long, and this sets Glaive up for a really easy kill. This round, Xyp9x is going to be fighting against Vitality for control of long A. So as the Team Vitality players are coming out, he throws a Molotov and then starts spamming the door through the smoke. And then as he backs off, he starts to establish a crossfire with Glaive, who's playing in the pit. And this crossfire between long and pit is really powerful because the terrorists coming out have to make a decision which spot they want to clear, and this just allows Glaive and Xyp9x to get a lot of easy kills. Here's a fun setup you can run with the teammate. Xyp9x is playing on top of the platform while Glaive is playing towards the pit, and because the terrorists get a kill towards pit, they're not even going to be looking there, so Xyp9x is able to get these really easy kills on these players not even looking at him. In this round, Xyp9x throws the smoke towards the pit that, in combination with this long corner smoke that terrorists like to throw quite frequently, it allows him to cross into pit without being seen, and this puts him in a very powerful position to defend against the long take. For most of this round, even though Xyp9x isn't really taking any fights, the fact that he's staying alive puts a lot of pressure onto the terrorists and allows Astralis to maintain control of long and also give his teammates time to rotate if they have to. If the terrorists don't go for immediate long control after Xyp9x throws his Molotov, he likes to throw a smoke on top of it to create a gray screen effect, giving him an advantage against anyone who wants to come out long slightly delayed. And this nets him 4 really easy kills. In some rounds, Xyp9x will go to the car and throw this smoke that goes into the long doors. To throw the smoke, simply go to the handle on the car door, find this corner, and then aim to the left of it and do a simple left click throw. This will land straight into the long doors and block any vision from the terrorists trying to see long. In this round, Xyp9x is going to use Endpoint's long corner smoke against them by getting flashed through the smoke and pushing towards the blue bin. Because long doors is smoked and the long corner is smoked, this creates a lot of opportunities for Xyp9x to get kills on these players close range, since they'll likely be forced out into the open or stuck behind the long door smoke, and this allows him to farm some extra SMG kills. In this round, Xyp9x is going to throw a Molotov towards the blue bin in tandem with Glaive's Molotov towards the long doors. What's really cool about this combination of Molotovs is that the terrorists basically have 2 options. They either have to waste smokes to put these Molotovs out, or they're forced out into the open, and it allows the long players to get really easy kills. This also creates an opportunity for Xyp9x to take long control without a lot of effort. In this round, Xyp9x is going to throw his usual nade set, and once he notices that the Team Vitality players aren't trying to go for long control, he's going to push up and take control of the blue bin. Having long control is really important as this solo player, because if the Team Vitality players go for some sort of catwalk execute, it relieves a lot of pressure from the A site players to know that they don't have to worry about getting shot in the back because Xyp9x still has control of long A. As you can see in this round, Evil Geniuses go for an A split, and because Xyp9x has maintained control of long, the two players on A are free to hold short without worrying about long, and then Xyp9x shuts down this long push, which wins them the round. In this round, Xyp9x is going to be fighting against a cat exec, so he gets these first two kills, and notice how once he gets these two kills, instead of trying to fight and go for more, he actually falls back towards long A and plays for the retake with his teammates. Sometimes, as a long player, you're going to have to boost your AWPer onto Catwalk so that he can get an early pick or important information that might win you the round. Another important aspect of playing long A is understanding when you should be giving up long. So in this round, Xyp9x is facing a lot of pressure from the Fnatic players, so instead of trying to take this fight, he's just going to fall back towards CT spawn, and because he stays alive instead of trading 1-for-1, he's going to have a lot of utility left, and ultimately these grenades are going to play a big part in helping Astralis win this round. Here's another example of where Xyp9x ultimately decides to fall off of long and forfeit control of it to the terrorists, and then pivots towards Catwalk in order to still maintain some sort of map control. As a CT on this map, you want to always have long control or short control at all times. Otherwise, if you try to play from the site without controlling either, you're just going to get sandwiched. So that's why they make the decision very early on to give up long control and then pivot towards short. So the last thing I want to talk about regarding playing long is knowing when it's okay to push into long doors. Most of the time, pushing into long doors is not a very good idea, just because of the fact that there could always be someone watching it from either the car or from T-spawn. But generally, if the terrorists are going for some sort of mid to B split, it's very unlikely that someone will be holding for the long push at that point in the round, so if the terrorists go for a mid to B split, pushing long should be a safe choice the majority of the time.